got a signal. I'm back. Coco and I are back, guys. So it took a little longer this morning. You know, we're in a small town. It's not like we got any fancy Wi-Fi connectivity or nothing around here, so it kind of comes and goes. So, get my Diet Coke and we can keep moving on here, talking about a topic that's occurred to me over the last day or two, which is risk takers and excuse makers. Needless to say, I like to think I'm in the former rather than the latter. I can kind of put this in relation to the experience I've had this last week, which is going out to the EXP Shareholder Summit. It applies to any situation. That just happens to be what I'm doing in my life at the moment. And thank you, sir. Oh, I hope this is a Diet Coke. You know, about 1 out of 10 times they give me something not a Diet Coke, and it's so annoying. So let's just hope for the best, you guys. I got confidence that my main man there got me the right drink. What do you think? Let's vote. Yes, so good. Okay, risk takers. I'm definitely a risk taker. So why did I spend 6 to 8 weeks, probably closer to 8 weeks, researching this decision that we have made to move our brokerage to EXP? And again, this can relate to changing schools for your kid. It can relate to anything. Normally, I make a really quick decision because I typically go with my gut, and my gut's almost never wrong. For example, we had to let someone go this last week at work because she wasn't the right fit, and that person's going to be great and fine in other situations. This just was not the situation and the person that we needed. The funny thing is, though, I've known for about a year that this person wasn't the right fit. So, you know, you gotta learn to, you gotta get a good gut, I guess. Ooh, get a good gut, I guess. But everyone else I talked to kept saying, no, this person's great. And I was like, man, am I just missing it this time? Well, I wasn't. It always comes back around. I'm not just bragging on myself there. It's just one of the weird things I can do. There's certain superpowers we all have. My gut is one of my superpowers. Had someone who worked with us in the past and told her I was going to have to let her go because there were some things that just weren't suiting, that weren't adding up. Came in, and I'll tell you, this lady, I'll give her props for one thing. She came in and changed my mind. Never in 22 years of business had someone changed my mind. Made such a, and here's how you change someone's mind, by the way. I'm going to give you the trick to that, if this ever happens to you and if you're coming from a good place. Came in and fell on her sword, total mea culpa, totally give me the opportunity to show you that you're wrong about that I have misled you, that I'm that kind of person. Let me prove to you that that's not who I am. Go in there, I'll work for free. I'll do whatever I've got to do to show you. I at least want to leave with you knowing that that's, and I was like so impressed. I said, man, you may be full of it, but that's the best argument I've ever heard. That alone, you deserve another chance. Of course, within 2 weeks, I had to let her go because my gut wasn't wrong. Boy, I wanted it to be. So anyway, you go with your gut, usually making decisions, right? But to me, when it gets a lot harder, and the reason this one took so long is not because I had more doubts, but because I was responsible for more people. This decision didn't just affect me, it affected my team, it affected a lot of people, and I had to make sure it was the right decision and that it would only bring good things for my team. And in the end, that is the decision that I reached. But it is a good thing for everyone. And I say I reached, and I'm always uncomfortable using the word I, because it sounds like me, myself, and I. When in reality, I make very few decisions by myself. I will trust my gut when it comes down to it if someone else disagrees, and at some point you have to have a decision maker and you go with your gut. But I promise you, my wonderful husband Wes is part of everything I do. Catherine, our office manager, Tammy Smith, my dear friend and director of operations. I mean, there are core people in your life that are part of everything you decide. I did not go out there and just make this decision and pronounce from on high. You always use those trusted people, those ride or dies in your life that you know will tell you the truth. They'll be devil's advocate. They're not yes men. I have no use for someone who's going to agree with everything I say. I already know what I'm going to say. I need to know what you have to say. So I brought all those people in. We worked through the process. We did the research, arrived at the decision, but it still somehow feels scary. And I've been trying to break down why, because I'm always so very risk tolerant. Extremely risk tolerant, and you have to be an entrepreneur, because you would never sleep if you weren't. So the way I figure it's because it affects a lot of people, and then people would always bring up, well, what's that group over at so-and-so going to say? I'm like, that group over at so-and-so is going to dirt talk us if we're out washing the feet of the poor. I mean, it doesn't matter what we do, they're going to dirt talk us, so let's give them something to talk about, you know. Make the right decision for you and your group, whatever that is, your family, your team at work, and then stick to it and run headlong into it. So that's what we are doing. But let's talk about excuse makers a little bit. I started thinking about, I heard a wonderful line from my friend Josh, my new friend over in Tasmania, which he said, I believe was from Tom Panos, and I think it was Josh that told me this line, in Australia. He said, if you're young, which Josh is 27 and killing it, he said, if you're young, it's real easy to make an excuse. Well, I can't crush it. I can't be the #1 agent or plumber. I don't care. Fill in the blanks. Because I'm too young. People don't take me seriously. Here's the deal. I love this line. If you're good enough, you're old enough. How great is that? If you're good enough, you're old enough. So if the younger you are, focus on your skill. Focus on being good enough and being able to articulate and show that you're good enough. That is a major point. So I either hear I'm too young, or I can't crush it, or I can't do the things that you do because I'm too old. I'm not up on technology. I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm too in between. If you're too old, one of my favorite is, I'm not 51 years old. We're starting so many things. And so you're not too old. Life is long. Now the Bible also teaches us life is a vapor. So we don't take a single day for granted, but live as if you're going to die tomorrow, so you do the most important things, but live as if you're going to live forever. Because it's not too late to start, guys. It's not too late to learn that technology. You're not old. Get up, get off your duff, and get after it. Then some people, what are you, too right in the middle? You're too middle-aged? Because if you're 30, you could be, yes, but I'm at the phase where I've got my children. I'm heavy in my career. I've got my kids at home. So what I'm saying is there's an excuse for every age. So scrap all of them. That's what they are. They're all worthless, and they're holding you back. So you're either going to be a risk taker, an educated risk taker, or you're going to be an excuse maker. So which one are you? I mean, I'd love to hear some of your favorite excuses, but I started thinking age recently because I can really think of excuses relating to every possible age, which is crazy to me. So much more to say, guys. Glad to be back here in my office. I love being at the office, and Coco and I are going to go in and have our team meeting and talk some EXP with our peeps, aren't we, baby girl? Oh, who's that truck behind us going? I don't even know. Say bye to everybody, Coco. See y'all tomorrow.